Hi, my name is Terry Dowd, and I am attending Bryant and Stratton College Online for a degree in Medical Coding and Reimbursement. In one of my earlier classes, Computing Skills, through our portfolio project on research, I learned how to utilize current technology and resources to locate and evaluate information needed to accomplish a goal, and then communicate these findings in visual and written formats. We learned how to utilize different software programs and manage the files within them. We created, stored, and shared documents and spreadsheets. This will be very helpful as a medical coder, as I will be working with several different programs and systems and many different forms that will need to be filled in appropriately to obtain proper reimbursement. That class taught me how to navigate the different programs and their functions in order to complete different documents. This will help me be more comfortable in learning new systems when I get a job in the field. Fortunately, I am a technophile and I love to learn new things and how they work, so I don't think I will feel too intimidated or have much of a learning curve. In my most recent class, Diagnostic Coding, I learned how to assign current diagnosis codes according to the American Hospital Association standards and sequencing rules for inpatient and outpatient medical services. Whether I work for a hospital, a doctor's office, or one of many other options in my new field, I will need to know how to use the current manuals, both online and on paper, in finding the most applicable codes for diagnoses, in order to expedite the handling of certain claims, as well as how to code visits that aren't directly related to treatment. In our portfolio project, we had to abstract the diagnoses from 12 medical records and assign the correct codes. And while we haven't learned how to code procedures and services yet, the project did ask us to start to recognize these procedures and services within the cases so that when I take my next class, I will be already have a head start on what I am looking for. While this is just the tip of the iceberg in putting together the whole picture for coding an entire file, I do feel that this project put me on the right path in learning how to dig down into the patient's file and get the correct information. This class taught me how to navigate the ICD-10-CM, the Bible for coding medical injuries and diseases. We became acquainted with the main index, the neoplasm table, and the table of drugs and chemicals. We learned how to recognize main terms which will assist us in looking up the proper diagnosis codes. We learned how to reference the coding conventions and guidelines, which are very important to guiding us in assigning and sequencing the proper codes. We also learned how to code external causes, the activity the patient was doing at the time of injury, and where it happened, and begin to learn how to look for the needed information, how to look up the most specific codes needed, and how to sequence them in order for maximum reimbursement. I look forward to continuing my journey towards an associate's degree in medical coding and reimbursement with Bryant and Stratton College. Thank you for your time.